Pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. We wanted to win this cup, and we aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and that was ridiculous. Thank you.
I'm going to slowly work my way into the title of this video. So that was Steve Kerr that you saw after the Warriors lost a close game to the Rockets. One of the Warriors players got called for a loose ball foul. Jalen Green went to the free throw line. His 2 free throws, the game was essentially over. And that's how the Warriors got eliminated from the NBA Cup tournament. 2 things stood out to me as I heard Steve Kerr say this. And he said a lot more before this initial clip too. Number 1, I was pleasantly surprised at how much he wanted to win. It's a good indication of what the team overall is thinking if your head coach has this amount of passion for losing this game and not winning the tournament. And more so because I was really wondering as a fan, how much do the NBA players really care about this tournament? How much of it is them really competing versus them just going out there and saying, hey, you know what? It's a part of the NBA new brand. They got this tournament. We got to participate in it. Let's just go out there. If we win, we win. If we don't, the regular season continues. I'll get more into that as this video goes along. And number 2, given the circumstances of the game, it's a very close one down the stretch, 4th quarter. You call a foul, in my opinion, which based on the play that I saw, that could have easily just been a play on. You didn't need to blow your whistle and really enforce that. It makes me wonder how much importance is really in this game that you're trying to market if you're the NBA. If you're calling fouls like this just seems like another regular season game to me. Even in the playoffs, they obviously let them play a little bit harder, more looser, there's more on the line. So why not have that mentality for these NBA Cup games if it's supposed to truly be a tournament that is very competitive and brings out the best in NBA players to make the NBA season more exciting as it goes along leading up to the playoffs? Which leads me into my next question. How many of y'all out there listening right now are actually excited about the NBA Cup? You get up for this, you want to tune in to all of these games. I'm asking this because the tournament has started, I believe, in sometime November. We're in December now. I don't get any messages from homies who really watch basketball saying, yo, did you see that game last night, the NBA Cup, where so-and-so did this? Yo, it was a tight game. I don't even see this on social media a lot. And what I mean by that specifically is, yes, of course, there will be people talking about the game itself, highlights, plays, especially if it's 2 teams that got star players, whatever the case may be. But I don't see the discussion and the excitement around the NBA Cup in general, the actual tournament and what's going on with it. It's almost as if people are just watching like it's a regular season game. You don't gotta believe me though. We can go to the statistics and numbers to back up what I'm saying. Here's one from Legion Hoops. Ticket prices are plummeting for this year's NBA Cup in Las Vegas. Last year's average purchase price was $237. This year is $98 and dropping. Here's another statistic for you that says this season viewership for the NBA Cup is down double digits, 10% from last year's inaugural season. And also says in this article I have that to date, the entire NBA season on ESPN is down 28% year over year. Again, I ask, who out there is actually excited about this tournament? Please let me know in the comment section, explain why. And I'm not trying to be facetious at all. I genuinely want to know. Even me, I don't find myself that in tune with what's going on or wanted to keep up with it. I'm just not sold particularly on what they're trying to market this as. For example, let's go over the NBA Cup prize money and how this really works. The winning team gets $500,000. That's each player. The loser of that gets $200,000. The losing team in the semifinals, each player will get $100,000. The quarterfinals, $50,000. The average salary for the NBA, I looked this up to make sure, is $11,910,649. To put this in a better perspective, that's about 4%, the $500,000 if you actually win the whole thing, of the average NBA salary. So you could imagine if you're at your job, you get a bonus, it's about 4% of the salary that you made. It's nice, but for an NBA player getting that, it's not, in my opinion, going to move the needle where they really want to go out there and play. Outside of the players, of course, who are maybe the 12th, 13th, 14th man on the roster, minimum contract of just over $1 million. For them, I totally understand why not. That money would be serious for them. They would want to get it. But overall, as fans, we know the incentive is not necessarily there because most NBA players don't need that extra 4%. Let's be honest. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm still an NBA fan at the end of the day. This is not a boycott for the NBA Cup championship between the OKC Thunder and Milwaukee Bucks, I will still be watching. But might I make some suggestions for next year or for the future to make this a lot more exciting outside of just dangling a few extra dollars to us and making it seem like this is something huge? This tournament needs some playoff implications. I'm talking, let's say, the winner of the NBA Cup, they get home court advantage for any NBA series regardless of their record. Now, when I say any series, I don't mean all of them, but maybe there's a select one they could choose where if they don't have a better record than the other team, they still have home court advantage. It got to be something like that to make this a lot more interesting for both the players to want to play and fans like us who want to watch this. Another suggestion I would have, and this one may be a bit more extreme, but let's say the winner of the NBA Cup in the first round and first round only, instead of needing 4 wins, they only need 3 to advance, while the other team they're facing still needs to get 4 on them. There was best of 5 series in the first round up until 2003. Look, you just got to do something more drastic than what's going on now. I don't know how much this is going to work. With that being said, I'm still going to break down some game footage quickly to go over things that I am looking forward to when I do watch this NBA Cup championship between the OKC Thunder and Milwaukee Bucks.
What I didn't like was the threes after makes. I think they had 9 or 11 points after we made the bucket and they pushed the ball up the floor. But we have to take those away.
That was Doc Rivers during the halftime NBA Cup game between the Milwaukee Bucks and Atlanta Hawks, just right up until the third quarter was about to start. You know what happened right after he said that? The same thing. As soon as the Bucks scored, Hawks came back, scored a bunch of baskets. I'm going to show y'all why. I'm going to be tuned into this when the NBA Cup championship game starts to see if the Bucks are going to be able to stop OKC from doing that. Here's a couple plays to showcase what I mean. So Damian Lillard gets a dribble handoff from Bobby Portis. He comes off of this screen and he shoots a 3-pointer, nails it. Trae Young now has the ball. He's dribbling. He's bringing it up. He's going to get a screen. Damian Lillard is playing like a drop coverage kind of style of defense instead of meeting him before he gets to the line or even has enough space to shoot a 3. If you're playing somebody else who's not that great of a shooter like Trae Young, you could get away with this. But with Trae, you got to get up on that. And these are the plays that Doc Rivers was talking about. On this play, you're going to see Damian Lillard get another Bobby Portis assist for a 3-pointer. On the very next possession, DeAndre Hunter has the ball. He gets a screen. You're going to see an Atlanta Hawks player run right in between Chris Middleton and Damian Lillard for the offensive rebound and score. Another case of Doc Rivers talking about we score a basket and then right after they get another one.
Here's the key. We got to keep the ball square. They just beat us off the dribble that entire quarter, all right? Their adjustment would suggest attack you off the dribble. We got to keep the ball square.
When Doc Rivers talks about we got to keep the ball square, he means keep your defender in front of you. Stop letting guys blow by you. Stay in between the basket and the person you're defending. If the Milwaukee Bucks have issues like this, take a look at this play with the OKC Thunder and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It could be a long night for them. Hartenstein looks like he's about to set a pick. Nope. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pulls the ball back, crosses over to the other side, totally faking out Dylan Brooks in the process, who is an all-defensive team guy. Hits Jalen Williams for an easy 3-point shot. Here's another example. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 3 people on him, but all he needs is a sliver of space just to get by and reverse the layup on the other side so that the shot blocker can't get that block. This is all Shai Gilgeous needs, just a little bit of space to get by. If you're the Milwaukee Bucks and you have problems keeping players in front of you, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have a field day against this team. In conclusion, for me, when I tune into this NBA Cup championship, I'm going to look forward to seeing how much do the Milwaukee Bucks actually play defense. Could they get to that level that they did when they won a championship? It seemed like it fell off ever since they traded a Drew Holiday and got Dame Lillard back. I thought it was a great trade to bring in more offense to help out Giannis. We'll see if they can get back to that level. That's what I'm looking forward to, and how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams will look together in combination attacking a Bucks team that seems like they're not the strongest defensively, as you heard Doc Rivers. As far as the NBA Cup, the ratings, how to make it more exciting, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Again, if you're actually excited throughout the whole tournament leading up, let me know why. If not, you could also tell me what you think the NBA needs to do better. And as always, salute for listening. Peace.